What's good, y'all? It's Ali back at it again with another YouTube video in which I give you guys mental models you can use to become extremely successful and accomplish all the goals you are after. So let's get right into it. And it's beautiful that I'm finally out of the fucking gulag because YouTube banned me or gave me a strike, which banned me for a week so I couldn't fucking post because I was being too real with y'all niggas. They're mad at me for telling y'all the truth. So a side note of this is that you guys should definitely check out my Rumble. I'm going to be posting all my YouTube content on there just in case YouTube decides to ban me for being too real with y'all, because I'm always going to do whatever it takes to tell y'all the truth about real shit. So I want to make sure that, hey, if my YouTube somehow goes away, all my videos, all these types of videos are still there so you guys can go and watch them. But that's a whole other story. Let's focus on what we got going on today. So today we're talking about honor, because I want you guys to remain honorable. Whatever path or whatever mission that you're pursuing for whatever goals you're trying to achieve, I want you guys to remain honorable. I want you guys to have a good reputation. I want people to be able to trust you and believe in you. So what does honor mean in the context of you being able to achieve your goals? Well, let's define that shit. It means very simple. Just telling the truth, and paying for your mistakes instantly. Okay. When you guys think about men who are very corrupt and or vile, what does it always look like? It usually looks like a man who's doing what? Not telling the truth and not paying for their mistakes instantly. Men who are like, oh, I actually want to move this way, but then they move another way. Or men who something fucked up will happen to you and they were involved in it and they're like, oh, well, that's on you. That's your fucking fault. Who cares? Blah, 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 blah. Understand? And there's this misconception that a lot of people have when it comes to success, that you need to step on other people's toes, you need to lie, you need to manipulate, you need to do all this bullshit. And that's actually very far from the case, because while doing that might be easy and you might win in the short term, the problem is your reputation is going to follow you. When you deal with enough people, people are going to realize how you move. People are going to realize, oh, don't fuck with that nigga, bro. He's a liar. Or don't fuck with that dude. When he fucks up, he'll just blame it on you. He'll find a way to blame it on you. He'll avoid responsibility. He'll avoid accountability. It's going to start to catch up to you, where you're going to keep losing opportunities till nobody fucks with you anymore, right? Because you're an evil nigga, because you're not telling the truth and you're not paying for your mistakes. So of course nobody wants to fuck with you anymore. So you guys need to make sure you're going in and out of your way to be honest about your intentions. Be honest about the way that you move and pay for your mistakes when you make them. For example, let's say you're an entrepreneur, right? You have a product that you're selling, and you want to make sure that when you're giving your product to someone or you're servicing somebody with a product, that they actually get a very good experience, right? You want to make sure they get a good experience. So the only way you can make sure somebody gets a good experience with a product or service that you're selling is to not lie about the product or service. Understand? A lot of times, a big reason why you'll see a lot of businesses fail or a lot of businesses develop a bad reputation is because they'll set expectations for their business, right, in a way that it's not actually like that. If I say, hey, here's a pill that can make you lose weight instantly, and then you take the pill and you don't lose any fucking weight, are you gonna be mad? Yeah. Why? Because I just fucking lied. So you're gonna go tell a bunch of niggas, do not fuck with that dude. He says he has this pill that makes you lose weight instantly, but it really doesn't. This is also why trust is such a massive thing in the business world, because everybody lies. Since everybody's trying to make a quick buck, everybody's trying to instantly get to money. They're like, well, if I just lie to a bunch of people, I'll make a ton of money, which you will, because you'll get people to give you money. But the problem is you'll end up losing all that fucking money because people will want to sue you. People will want to kill you and fuck your shit up because you're lying. And it's not worth it, right? Being dishonorable, it might seem good in the short term, but in the long term, you always get fucking cooked. So you want to make sure that you're always telling the truth. And even in general, for whatever other goals that you were pursuing, you also want to make sure that you're paying for your mistakes instantly. Sticking actually first with the business example, if you make a mistake with a product or a service, right? You say, hey, this thing I'm going to deliver for you is only going to take 1 day to get to you, but instead it takes a month, right? Obviously, you can't sit there and be like, oh, well, this thing happened and then this thing happened, so sorry. Like, they're going to be like, what the fuck, bro? You said it was going to come tomorrow and this shit didn't come for a month. I'm not fucking with that. So what you actually have to do is pay for that mistake instantly. And the way you would do that is not just being like, I'm sorry. That's not a fucking enough, guys. You can't just say I'm sorry. Just like when somebody commits a crime, for example, do they just be like, oh, I just fucking killed all these people. My bad. I didn't really mean to do it. Fuck no, nigga, you going to jail. Hell, you're getting the chair, you're getting the death penalty, right? Because that's justice. You're paying for the mistake. It's not just you make a mistake and then say, I'm sorry. I'm sorry or apologizing is not making up for the mistake you made. The only way you can fix a mistake is by paying for the mistake, by giving justice towards the mistake that you made. Understand? So if you fuck something up, let's say as a business owner, you need to make sure, hey, I'll give you a free month of this. I'll give you extra products of this. I'll give you extra service for that fuck up. Will never happen again. People love that. Now people will be like, hey, this guy pays his dues. This guy is honorable. He has honor. Or even in another example, with maybe people that you're working with for whatever other goals you're pursuing. Let's say you borrow somebody's car even. Let's say you borrow somebody's car. You drive their car and you crash their whip. You can't just sit there and be like, hey, my bad, bro. I didn't mean to crash your whip. Nigga, my car's crashed. My car's fucking crashed. You need to do something about this, right? What you really do is like, hey, man, my bad. I crashed your whip. I'm going to buy you a new one. In fact, I'm going to buy you a better one, and I'm going to do it as soon as possible. We're going to get this shit done by a week. They're going to look at you and be like, oh, man, I really appreciate that, bro. It's unfortunate you got in a crash. You understand? That's honor, guys. Yes, it's painful to be honorable in the beginning, but in the long term, it pays back in dividends because people trust you. People want to give you things. People now want to help you because you told them the truth. You paid for your mistakes when you made them. You must be honorable. I want all guys who are watching this shit to be as honorable as possible. We need more honorable men now more than ever. And I think because there's been such a lack of masculinity in our current generation, so many men have lost a plot when it's come to telling the truth and paying for their mistakes. They're more than willing to lie to get whatever they want. They're more than willing to put the blame on other fucking people whenever they make a mistake. Like, we can't do this shit, bro. We can't build a good society. We can't live in a good country or nation if everybody's fucking being dishonorable all the time. You need to have your honor. And the last thing I will say with this, because pretty much the actionable step is what, right? Tell the truth. Like, tell the truth, y'all. Tell the truth. Tell the truth. Plus, pay for mistakes. Yep. Tell the truth plus pay for your mistakes. Boom. So this is how you want to always be moving. And now that you guys understand, okay, Ali, you're right. I'm going to tell the truth. I'm going to start paying for my mistakes. You also must understand being dishonorable is actually very tempting. It is actually very easy to be dishonorable. As I was saying earlier, it's easy to just lie. It's easy to not want to pay for your mistakes and blame other people. These things are easy. So how can you avoid falling into the temptation of being dishonorable, of being a liar, of not paying for your mistakes? You must only be around honorable men. You must only be around men who actually have integrity. Because if you're not around men who are honorable, you're not around men who have integrity, what happens? You just fall into dishonor. It becomes a survival mechanism for you. Look at how niggas move in the hood, for example. None of those niggas have honor. All those niggas be snitching all the fucking time on each other. All of them, if they fuck some shit up, they'll just blame you for it. That's how they move. That's why it's just such a vile way of living, of that lifestyle is so vile. Because none of those guys have honor. There's no honor in the streets. There's no honor among thieves, guys. Thieves are thieves. They're already dishonorable by nature because they commit crimes. You guys understand? So when you're around men who are like that, for example, I'm just using the hood as an example. This could apply to any man anywhere, any man who's willing to be like, hey, now we should just lie to them. Or, hey, man, who gives a fuck that we made this mistake? We'll just blame it on somebody else. When you're around dudes like that, of course, you're going to fall into that behavior too. So if you have any fucking guys around you right now that are more than willing to lie to get a come up, or more than willing to be like, oh, let's just blame it on somebody else whenever they make a mistake, you need to cut them off instantly. This isn't even a debate. This isn't a discussion. You don't need to ponder this. You need to get them the fuck out of your life because they will fuck up your life too and not give a fuck. And that's really the biggest problem with this dishonorable shit. Because if you're around men who are dishonorable, they also have no honor towards you. They have no integrity towards you either. They will fuck your shit up and not care. But men who are obviously honorable will never do that to you if you're around them because they're honorable. So if any guys who are dishonorable around you, you need to cut them the fuck off. Only hang around men that have honor. Even men who are very, very capable, because of course I talk about all the time to get as strong as possible, to get as smart as possible, to get as capable as possible, you want to be around men that are way, way better than you. But if these men lack honor and they're better than you, it's not fucking worth it. Because as I said, they'll betray you, they'll fuck up your life, not worth it, right? I'd rather you be around a guy who's not as good as this other guy you might have access to if he has more honor. because this lasts into the long term. This is just a plane getting ready to crash. Understand? So boom, man. So make sure you're telling the truth at all times. You pay for your mistakes. Not I'm sorry or apologizing. No, you pay in some physical shape or form of labor that, hey, I fucked this up. Here's this in excess. Let me give you this for free. Understand? Or whenever you're making a move, you're having business deals, you're working with clients as an entrepreneur, you're working with a coach, maybe you're an athlete, you're a lawyer, you're a doctor, whatever it is, when you talk and discuss with people, hey, this is what I can do for you. This is how I'm going to move. This is how I'm going to do this. This is how I'm going to do this. This is what's going to look like. This is what it's going to look like. Don't lie. Don't exaggerate. Don't create expectations to make them want to make a move. If somebody comes to you and they want something from you and you really don't have that thing and they're willing to give you something for it, be like, nope, I don't have that thing for you. I'm sorry. I don't have that thing for you. I know you want to help me. I know you want to give me money. I know you want to give me whatever that would benefit me, but I can't help you the way that you want me to help you. And you let them go on your way. That's how you build a good reputation, because that guy's going to now go and tell people about you. And that's how you move, because honor is very, very rare nowadays. I'm telling you guys. So yeah, man, tell the truth, pay for your mistakes, make sure you're only around guys that also have honor too. And I promise you, you will live a very fulfilling life as a man. I'm telling you guys. So yeah, man, if you guys fuck with this shit, if this made clear and obvious sense, if you're like, yo, Ollie, I'm gonna be honest, I've been pretty dishonorable myself. I'm a liar. I don't always pay for my mistakes. Well, today's the day to change, man. Today's the day to start telling the truth more and paying for your mistakes. You know what I'm saying? And of course, since you fucked with it, like the damn video, because I want more guys to join the fam. I want more guys to see this so they can realize, oh shit, I need to be honorable. And in order to do that, got to tell the truth, got to pay for my mistakes, got to go find more guys that are honorable as well. I got to cook harder, man. And of course, do subscribe as well. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm dropping videos like this all the fucking time to not only help you guys accomplish your goals from a physical sense, but also to have the mind of a true honorable man who has integrity and is a real winner. Because this honor shit is really what makes your life fulfilling while you're accomplishing your goals and when you're a very capable man. I'm telling you. So like, plus subscribe. You know how you guys do it. You know you guys fuck with me and shit. So we'll just keep it going, man. Yeah. So with that being said, I'll catch you boys in the next YouTube video. Deuces.